What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to Mike Thomas's Garage, and welcome back to the channel. It's been a long time since I've done a video. It's been super busy the last week. Trying to get some things done. I had to. I don't know if I mentioned to you guys, I sold one of my vehicles and stuff. But it's none of these here. I still have all the same stuff, but I got rid of one of my daily driver vehicles. I sold it. The guy came and picked it up Friday last week, and all that. So I had to do some things to that in order to get rid of it, for him to have it and stuff, and all that. So we got that done and stuff. So now we're back here, and as you can see, we have the C5 Corvette up on the lift and suspension tore apart and all that stuff with this. So I just kind of want to go over with you guys what's going on with this, and also just a quick rundown on that one. So we have an issue with the Corvette. Started it up, and it had a real bad vibration in the car, and you can kind of feel it in the car and through the exhaust system and everything. So one of the issues that I found, when I kind of did the reviews and stuff on the car, they say that one of the issues was the harmonic balancer for this car. So I kind of figured, so my brother had one and my dad had one, and they had no issues with the balancer. Both of the cars had the LS1 just like this one does and stuff, and they had no issues. So I figured I should be good with that because they didn't have any issues. Well, technically, I'm the one that got the one with the issue with the balancer. So, as you can see, we got the balancer sitting, the old one right there. That's the new one. So I'm waiting for the seal for the timing cover for where the balancer goes. I still got to wait for the seal for that. And then the crank bolt, I'm still waiting for that. I should have both of those tomorrow. Got those coming from the dealership, so those should be here tomorrow, and then we can start putting this all back together. So here is the old balancer that we took off. You can kind of see the seal. I believe if this is the seal, I might be wrong. It just doesn't look that good and stuff, and it feels kind of flush right here. And then if you look kind of right here, it kind of feels like this side is down and not sitting even. So this was wobbling and stuff. I could post a little video with this wobbling and stuff. So so here's the back side of it, and then here's the new one that we have. So yep, got the new balancer, got that Friday and all that. So had to tear a lot of stuff apart, had to do a lot of research, go back to looking at videos to see what other people have taken off, not taken off, to get to this. So real quick, I'll just kind of give you kind of a quick once over what I've taken off to get to this, to get the balancer off. So here's my flashlight here. So I had to pull the upper control arm off here on both sides. I kept the washers. Again, I kept the washers on here on all 4 bolts on this side and on the passenger side. And then I had to pull the sway bar off, sitting back there in the back. And I had to loosen that bolt right there. I'm just kind of using those plates there for right now to kind of drop this down. And then I unloosened the bolt there. And then, so there's the rack and pinion kind of sitting over there out of the way. And then I had to remove this line here, which is just this bolt here, and then that bolt there. And then I had to remove this right here. which holds the ABS module. I have a bungee cord and kind of it strapped up there on top and stuff, so I had to remove these 4 bolts here, and then that bolt, and then also that right there is one of the bolts that go for the rack and pinion. So that bolt there, and then there's one right there that holds the rack and pinion. Undo those. And then I had to undo the same bolts over here, this one and the one back there, and then I slid the rack and pinion out this way to get to the balancer. And then right there gave us a lot of room to get to the balancer, to get that removed. And then I also had to drop down the exhaust just a little bit, because I did buy another tool that can go to the flywheel flex plate to lock in there, so that way when I undid the bolt for the balancer, it didn't turn the motor or move it. So I'll show you that once we get the I'll show you that tool once we get it all put back together and stuff. So I just took the starter off and slid it forward, and it's kind of sitting on the oil pan up there and all that. So excuse me. So yeah, I got that all situated and all that, and it's actually gone really easy to get this done and everything. So none of the bolts are broke off, none of them are rusted, just kind of like the normal wear and stuff, but none of it's been rusted. The previous owner has taken real good care of the car, just the normal road grime and stuff that's on it, which I'm also trying to get cleaned up a little bit too and stuff now, since we're getting into this now. So and then also real quick, also I came through here to disconnect the power steering, this line here, and then the other line is kind of sitting right there. Too bad. A little difficult to get to, but not too bad. I just took my time, not rushed to do it and all that. So that's one of the pluses. Take your time with doing this, don't rush, and it goes nice and it goes really smooth to do this and stuff. So for me doing this for my first time, especially for a C5 Corvette, it has gone real smoothly and all that. So one thing I'd say is take your time, don't rush. If you don't know, do a lot of research, do a lot of looking over and see what you can do to do this. And maybe along the way, if you do it, you might find some tricks that nobody else knows and stuff. So so yeah, so just, take your time and just have fun with it. That's kind of what I did here. We did have a couple car shows over yesterday that I was kind of hoping to go to, but couldn't do it. Couldn't make it. But it is what it is. It is, it's April, it's the beginning of the season. There's plenty of more car shows. And then also, I did get signed up for a Corvette club, so now I am in a Corvette club. So, so yeah, so that's good. I'm in a Corvette club. I gave them the paperwork and stuff yesterday at one of the car shows yesterday that we went to, the Corvette meet up there. So I gave them the paperwork and everything, my application. So that's done. I'm in a Corvette club. So so now between now and to the end of the month, I have some time to get this thing done and get it going, so we can hopefully make it to the next Corvette meet and stuff. So I'm pretty excited, pretty stoked about that. And so I should have this finished up either tomorrow or Tuesday, and stuff, and we can get this back up and running again and start enjoying it. So just wanted to give you guys an update on that. I know it's been a while and stuff. I had some other things going on, so we'll have this finished up hopefully tomorrow, Tuesday. We'll get the new balancer and stuff on and have no more issues out of it. We will be doing some other things to the Corvette. If you guys want to see that, please stay tuned, like and subscribe and all that, when you guys will see more coming to the channel for that. The other two things that I'm going to do to this, I've already purchased them, and hopefully we'll see those here shortly, but we're not going to do it on this go around. We're just going to start gathering some other stuff up. So if you guys want to see that, stay tuned, like and subscribe, and go from there. So just want to give you guys an update on the Corvette and all that, and then I also got into a Corvette club with it. They know I have it, they've seen pictures and all this, so pretty cool, pretty excited, pretty stoked and all this. So also, I don't know if you guys have, if I haven't showed you guys these yet, these also came in Saturday. So if anybody has a Corvette that is that you guys have a lift and or a scissor lift like what I'm using right here, I purchased the little, I call these little hockey puck lifting points, but they're lifting pads for a Corvette. I did purchase these on Amazon and stuff. So there's a little slot that you can stick in there, turn it, and it locks those in place while you have this thing on your lift for using your scissor lift or a 2-post lift. So I got these on Amazon, so I purchased these to go all the way around, so that way you don't worry about cracking your rocker panel, because like it's got, I doubt you can see it, it does have a little bit of a crack right there. Probably as you can see right here, it's got a crack right here, because whoever didn't have these and just set it underneath here, and it cracked this right here, and it's got a little crack right there if you can see it in the video. So the other side's fine, it's just those two cracks there, which I'll eventually end up getting fixed and all that. So definitely recommend getting those, even if you use a jack stand, or even if you use a jack to jack it up right there. I highly recommend using those. You can get those on Amazon. I think I spent $25 to get those, so definitely highly recommend getting those for your Corvette. And then that way you not have to worry about tearing up your rocker panel right there, cracking it or any of that. So definitely highly recommend getting those. And then I don't know if I showed you guys the puller that I bought. You can also get on Amazon. So this is the puller that you can get. So this is a pretty good kit here. It all comes with all this right here. So I ended up using this and this. Then I ended up using this long rod right here. Pull the balancer off. So definitely highly recommend that. And you can definitely use so I believe that number right there. Purchased that on Amazon. And then I also got this tool right here. If you guys can read if you guys can see that writing and stuff. So I also bought that too as well. I removed the starter and I set that tool in there. It's a tool that grabs the flex plate flywheel. It has the teeth and stuff to go in there and grab it. So you just got to remove your starter, especially since this is, from what I understand, since this is an automatic, you just have to remove the starter and put that tool in the place of the starter, and then it grabs it and locks it in. It locks that in place from moving for when you have to remove the balancer and the bolt. So the socket that I use for that bolt is a 24 millimeter socket, and my breaker bar to get it broke loose, and it worked just great. I even went to go pick up this just in case if I needed to heat that bolt up, because I've heard a couple people say that you had to heat it up, but I had no issues getting it done. It definitely had to put some work into it to get it done, but I think I tried 2 times, and the second time it broke loose and all that. So it was definitely on there and stuff. So if I couldn't get it the 3rd time, I'd have to get the heat to it, but worked out great and all that. So we're just waiting for the bolt and for the seal for the timing cover, so we can get that changed and then get this put back together and hopefully fired up and running here shortly, and we can get back to going to some car shows and Corvette meets and all that. So that's where we're at with the C5 Corvette, the issues that we have ran into so far, and hopefully after this we are done, we don't run into more issues, we can just kind of keep up on the maintenance and go have some fun and keep it cleaned and all that. So, and like I said, we do got some other stuff coming for the car, which I'll probably order here once this is all done and put back together. We're gonna go ahead and order 2 other things and stuff for the car and kind of get some stuff situated and kind of going on it. So yep, so that's pretty much about it. Once we go back together, I'll actually show you this going back together, and the way that I'm putting it back together is kind of the way you have to take it apart and all that. So pretty simple, not bad. I know when I first started looking at this, it was pretty bad and all that, but once I started getting into it, it actually came out really, really simple. So it came out really easy. I mean, so pretty excited, pretty stoked. So that's just an update on that. So you guys will probably see another video of me putting this back together probably tomorrow or Tuesday when I get the video uploaded for this going back together and all that. So also just a quick little update on the 92 OBS LS Build. I know I probably said it in the beginning of the video. If not, we are going to be doing some upgrades to the truck. I cannot get the wiring harness for the computer for this for the 2003 Escalade application, because the motor and the transmission was a 2003 Cadillac Escalade that the motor and the transmission came out of. And here's the computer, and yeah, they do not make a wiring harness for the engine and the transmission for this application anymore. So, and all the other wiring harnesses that I ran into didn't work, didn't have the right connectors and stuff that I need. So I've tried 2 or 3 different wiring harnesses, didn't work. So my last hope was going to the Cadillac dealership to get the wiring harness for this application to work for that computer and the engine and transmission. They do not have it, discontinued, don't make it anymore. I know he was talking about some other places that would have it, and I did look at some other places and even looked on eBay, and just the wiring harnesses that was for an Escalade to plug in here, the wiring harnesses did not look that great to me. They did not look that great. It looks like there's other things missing. Wasn't all there. So we are, like I said, we're going a different way with the truck. We are deciding to get it ready and go do LS Fest. We're gonna go do some. So we're gonna get it ready to go run at LS Fest. It's probably not gonna be this year, and stuff, but we definitely will get this ready to go to LS Fest. I think so. I would like to try to make it to LS Fest next year with it, but that all depends how the plans work with trying to get some other things done, because I got to get the boat running, get that done, and all that. So because the boat is one of the main things and stuff that we need to get done too as well. I haven't touched it since probably about a month or two. So it's been about a month. I'm gonna say it's been about a month since I touched the boat. So we're gonna get the truck ready. We're gonna try to go do LS Fest. Not sure if it's gonna be next year. If we do decide to go to LS Fest next year, I did look at the schedules and stuff that they have for LS Fest for this year. Looks like they have, for as I understand, it's 3 events. They have one at the end of this month. They got one next month, about the 16th and 17th, I believe. And then they have one in September in Kentucky. Or Bowling Green, Kentucky, I believe that's the one. So one in Vegas, one in Texas, and then one in Bowling Green, Kentucky. So if we go to LS Fest next year, it's probably going to be with this. We're going to take it out there. We'll just go do the car show, do that and stuff, and then maybe this way we can go out and get the feel of the LS Fest there, and then also check out the drag racing and stuff there as well. Because like I said, I'll build the truck to go do LS Fest and race there at LS Fest. So if you guys would like to see me build this truck to go to LS Fest, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share with your friends, and let's build this. Let's grow this channel, and I will definitely show you what we're going to do with this truck. I am going to be doing the Holley Terminator X for this system. So like I said, there's going to be some changes that we're going to do. I've already kind of looked at some of the drag racing classes that they have there for the LS Fest. That would probably fit that pretty good, with just a little bit of modifications and stuff that we need to do. So we're definitely going to make that. We're going to try to make that happen. If you guys want, like I said, if you guys want to see that, if you think that would be a good idea for me to actually get this ready to go do drag race and to go race there at LS Fest, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let me know down in the comments if you would like to see me get this ready to go to LS Fest and race it there and stuff, because we'll definitely make that happen. And then I know, especially before we get ready to go racing with the LS Fest for that, we'll be taking this out to, just taking it out to the car show that they do. I know they do a car show, autocross, drifting, drag racing. So what we'll probably end up doing, if you guys, either way, we'll take this out, show it, kind of get the feel of it, watch the drag racing, watch everything there, just kind of see what it's like and stuff, and all that. So that's the plan with the road truck. With that one, we are going to do that. We are going to be doing some performance upgrades to it. I'm not going to worry about doing the emissions for it. That's kind of a wrap for that. So since I have this now, we're gonna try to keep. We'll probably do some little things to it, but I don't want to affect the emissions on this and stuff. So we got this to go play with, and we're gonna make the red truck where we can go do some LS Fest stuff there, and then maybe some other racing somewhere else. So if you guys want to see that, again, please like and subscribe. That would really mean a lot. And share with your friends. Tell everyone to watch the channel. We greatly appreciate it. It would definitely mean a lot to me. And so once we get this done, I will be bouncing, trying to decide if it's going to be getting on the boat or the red truck. So, so that's where we're at with everything and all that. So again, if you guys want to see me build the red truck to go do LS Fest, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. It really means a lot to me. And we will see you guys on the next one. Thank you guys for watching, and I really appreciate it.